Truly anybody can be a celebrity these days, right? Half of them you don't even know. It's not like and I say the old days, I'm going back 15 years. You knew who they were. Hollywood, movie, TV, you had a good idea. Now, media and pop culture is so fragmented, somebody can literally have a following of millions. And I'm sitting here as a millennial, and I have no idea who this person is.
Joe Coy.
Didn't know him until he was bombing as Golden Globes MC the other day.
No, me neither.
So does the name Alex Earl mean anything to you, John?
No.
All right, me neither. But on Saturday night, I was noticing I was sitting in a section where section 104. So behind me, there's kind of those. They're not like the suite levels, but they're suite-ish private rooms where people are sitting. Oftentimes, it's either family members of players or something like that. So I'm noticing there's all this commotion behind me, and these guys are waving to this woman. And she's in a Dolphins hat, and, she's attractive, and she looks like she is somebody or trying to be somebody. So I'm thinking that, and there were a couple of guys who were kind of waving at her and yelling her name, and they were in K-State gear. So I'm wondering, okay, maybe that's Skylar Thompson's girlfriend. Skylar Thompson's the backup quarterback for the Dolphins. He went to K-State. He played at K-State. So I'm like, maybe there's some tie to K-State. Maybe she's someone who went to K-State, whether it's Skylar Thompson's girlfriend or just, I don't know. I'm trying to make a connection to K-State because I have no idea who she is. And she's doing that classic wave that people will do when, like, they know they're being looked at. They know people are trying to get their attention. Kind of like that celebrity wave where it kind of goes side to side and, pretending like you care, one of those waves like the king and queen do in England.
Right, the queen wave.
Exactly, the queen wave. So I'm like, and now I can't take out my phone. It's minus 10 degrees with a wind chill of minus 28. So I can't start like trying to Google any of this, but I'm curious. So then I get home after about 2 hours of de-thawing. I'm like, all right, I got to figure out who this was. And after a little Google searching, I figure out that she is a girlfriend of a Miami Dolphins player, Nick Barrios. But I realize that she is far more famous than he is.
I was going to say two who's.
Yeah, exactly. She has 3.5 million followers on Instagram. This girl, Alex Earl. It's Alex with an I for all of you pulling out your phone right now.
I spelled it wrong. Yeah. Did you mean A-L-I-X?
A-L-I-X, Earl with an E at the end of it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Wasn't familiar with her at all. Didn't know her work, air quotes. But essentially a model who now, of course, has built a brand with YouTube. She does a podcast. So if I'm going to maybe listen to her podcast and see if it's any good. Something tells me it won't be the best audio content I listened to this week, but hey, why not?
She does a good pose, that thing with your lips where it looks like the fish that you get to clean the algae off the side of your aquarium. Yeah. A lot of pictures like that I see.
She's got that down pretty pat, John.
Yeah.
You're right about that. So, I'm on Instagram. You can follow me there at Pete Mundo. I don't have 3.5 million followers. I promise you that. But I guess, these guys knew who she was. So you can tell that those guys were single, hanging out on Instagram too much because they were literally yelling back at her and waving. It wasn't creepy. They were just kind of fanboying out a little bit there at the girlfriend, Alex Earl, of one of the Dolphins players. And she's doing the classic wave. And I explained to Kate yesterday, I said, I didn't know who she was, but she looked like she was somebody who was trying to be somebody. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
She was going for pretending or trying to be someone. And I compare that to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift, I don't know how you can dislike her approach at these games. Did you see her swag surfing on TV the other night, John?
It was great.
Yeah, it was great.
Absolutely into it.
She was into it. Now, I didn't know the song. When the song came on, the players were going nuts on the field, by the way, for this. It was the 6-minute mark. We all knew they were going to win. They start swag surfing, which I guess Willie Gay brought to the team, as I understand it. It's an old song from going back 15 years
professing my ignorance, I see it. I go, oh, well, this must be what all the kids are doing, the new one.
2009.
Yep, exactly.
I remember it from college. So it's an old song. And I was like, oh, yeah. Once I looked it up, I realized what the song was. I'm like, gosh, that's an old song. And these guys are going nuts. I mean, Willie Gay was like in not even middle school probably when the song came out.
I'd say it was a throwback for them, right? Yeah. The Justy.
So Taylor is up there in the booth, the box with Donna Kelsey and Brittany Mahomes. And they're just, swag surfing, living their best life. And they're loose and they're having fun. They're not uptight. I mean, I don't know how. And I see a lot of this on social media. I'm sick of Taylor. I don't want to see her any. Like, here's the world's most famous pop star letting it all hang down and living her best life and having fun right here in Kansas City at a Chiefs game. There was one shot I saw of her kind of mouthing the lyrics to Friends in Low Places as well, coming out of a break. Like, she's letting it all hang. And I compare that to this Instagram model who's doing like, queen waves and pretend smiles and is so stiff and so uptight, but trying to like kind of be in the moment and be cool and be likable and be friendly. And it's not working. And I saw it, 10 rows behind me. And then Taylor Swift's on the other side of the stadium, swag surfing, singing Garth Brooks. Like, we basically turned Taylor Swift into Jody from Grain Valley is basically what we did. And somehow people still don't like it. I said, Taylor Swift. Enough of Taylor Swift. I've had it. Like, it's saying more about you at this point than it is about her. She's done nothing but come here and enjoy Kansas City and enjoy the culture and enjoy Chiefs games and not be uptight and hang out and let loose. And I don't know how uptight you have to be to not just appreciate that for what it is, John.
You're right about living her best life. She had stated she was looking for a guy that didn't have to hide, and it wasn't all about her life. She wanted to support somebody who was doing something. Bingo.
It's worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
And now you got these reports from the New York Post on Friday that they may be getting engaged around their 1-year anniversary this summer. So we could have an engagement or a wedding to plan here on KCMO if they need some help. We're happy to help out however we can on 95.7 FM. But I appreciate it. She's having fun. I'm having fun. And the memes were pretty good coming out of the weekend.
That wedding would be like a royal wedding over in the UK, wouldn't it? That thing would be on TV, pay-per-view, Swifties left and right.
Oh, it would be a blast. And I'll be here for it, by the way.